New syllabus, Mathematics Book 2, Exercise 1A, Question number 2. In a bookstore, 60 identical books occupy a length of 1.5 meters on a shelf. Find the length occupied by 50 such books on a shelf. And in the second part, we will be finding the number of such books needed to completely occupy a shelf that is 80 centimeter long. Okay, in the statement of the question, the number of books is directly proportional to the length of a shelf. So first of all, let's write the given statement that length occupied by 60 books is 1.5 meters. According to the statement of the question, 60 identical books occupy a length of 1.5 meters on a shelf. So, length occupied by 60 books is 1.5 meters. To find length occupied by 50 books, first of all, we will be finding length occupied by one book. And this can be calculated by 1.5 upon 60. And after this fraction 1.5 upon 60, if we multiply 50 by this fraction 1.5 over 60, it means that we are finding length occupied by 50 books. And now simplification. First we will cancel out 0 by 0. And now the fraction is 1.5 upon 6 multiplied by 5. Now if we take the product of 1.5 and 5, the product is 7.5 upon 6. Now dividing 7.5 by 6, we get 1.25 meters, which is the required length occupied by 50 books. As we know that the number of books is directly proportional to the length on a shelf. So, if 60 identical books occupy 1.5 meter on a shelf, then 50 books occupy 1.25 meters on a shelf. Now, second part from the question is to find the number of such books needed to completely occupy a shelf that is 80 centimeter long. To solve this question, first of all, let's compare the length of a shelf in first part of the question and in the second part of the question. In the statement of the question, the length of a shelf is 1.5 meters, while in the second part of the question, length of a shelf is 80 centimeters. So we have the difference of meters and centimeters. So first of all, we will convert 1.5 meters to centimeters. For this, we know that 1 meter equals 100 centimeter. Now to convert 1.5 meters to centimeter, we will multiply 1.5 by 100. And their product is 150 centimeter, which means 1.5 meters equal to 150 centimeters. And now 150 centimeter length of the shelf occupied by 60 books. Now this is given in the statement of the question that 60 identical books occupy a length of 1.5 meters. After converting 1.5 meter, the length is 150 centimeter. So 150 centimeter length of the shelf occupied by 60 books. Again, to find number of books needed to occupy 80 centimeter of a shelf, first of all, we need to find 1 centimeter of the shelf occupied by the number of books. So this can be calculated by 60 upon 150. Just like we have done in first part of the question where we divided 1.5 by 60. So now let's multiply this fraction 60 upon 150 by 80 because we are finding 80 centimeter length of the shelf occupied by the number of books. So again we have some simplification, cancel out 0 by 0. The fraction becomes 60 upon 15 multiplied by 8. Since 60 is the multiple of 15, so 15 times 460. and finally 8 times 4, 32. So 32 is the required number of books needed to occupy 80 centimeter of a shelf. Okay. Now, question number 3. If x is directly proportional to y and x equals 4.5 when y equals 3, find an equation connecting x and y. And the second part is the value of x when y equals 6. And then the third part is the value of y when x equals 12. Okay, according to the statement of the question, x is directly proportional to y. So if x is directly proportional to y, then we write this statement in the form of x is directly proportional to y. And now x equals ky, because k is the constant of proportionality. Okay, we have given the values of x and y when x is equal to 4.5 and y equals 3. And if we substitute these values of x and y in this equation, x equals ky, then this equation becomes 4.5, which is the value of x, equals k as it is, where y is 3. So we will write x equals, or 4.5 equals k multiplied by 3. Since we are finding k, so this equation becomes k equals 4.5 upon 3. Okay, let's divide 4.5 by 3. 3 times 1, 3, and 3 times 1.5 equals 4.5. So the value of constant k is 1.5. Therefore, the required equation connecting x and y is x equals k is 1.5 and y as it is. So x equals 1.5, y is the required equation. And now second part from the question is the value of x. Find the value of x when y equals 6. So if y equals 6, then according to this equation, x equals ky, we will substitute the value of k and x, because we are finding the value of x if y equals 6. So this equation is x equals 1.5, which is the value of x, and multiplied by 6, which is the value of y. So by taking their product, 1.5 multiplied by 9 equals, 1.5 multiplied by 6 equals 9, which is the required value of x when y equals 6. Now third part from the question is to find the value of y when x equals 12. Okay, when x equals 12, we will substitute the value of y and k in this equation. The value of x and k in this equation to find y. So since the equation is x equals ky, so we have the value of x, which is 12, equals k, we calculated as 1.5 multiplied by y. So to find the value of y, this equation becomes 12 upon 1.5. Let's take this decimal number 1.5 to the left side of the equation. And if you divide 12 by 1.5, the value of y is 8.